Welcome to the Great Hall. So many enchanting opportunities and mysterious clues await you. Look around the many halls and explore the grounds. But don't forget your goal, to find the secret hidden within. Remember, however, the third-floor corridor on the right-hand side is out of bounds to anyone who does not wish to die a most painful death. Welcome to the entrance to Diagon Alley, where one can purchase school supplies for the coming term. Do you recall how to enter? See if you can remember the right combination of bricks. Think hard. Select the bricks in clockwise order.
I shouldn't have said that.
And press enter to enter. Up against a brick wall? Can't find your way in without Hagrid?
Welcome, Harry, to Diagon Alley.
No, just one.
How do you expect to purchase wizard supplies without wizard money? You'll need your wizard money before purchasing. Off to Gringotts with you.
Gringotts, the Wizard Bank. Take no safer place, not one, except perhaps Hogwarts.
Maybe the tightest security in this or any world. Run by goblins and guarded by dragons. Step up to the window to make a withdrawal if you have your key. Since you don't have your key, your money is still locked up. Get back to the alley and find out what's lost. Remember, look for the sign. You've got your key. Behold your closely guarded fortune of gold galleons, silver sickles, and bronze nuts. Now, off with you. Your school supplies await. And remember, you'll need another key, a silver one with a broken wing for your journey to the stone. Welcome to Eeylops Owl Emporium. Obviously, you are in need of an owl. How else will you be able to communicate across the distances? Muggle mail? Just click on each owl to hear about it. Oh, the tawny. A fine, fine owl. This owl can catch bats in flight. Ah, the barn owl. You'll just love its long, rasping screech. The snowy owl. A remarkable creature. Here's a little tip. It's always nice to slip your owl bits of toast accompanied by a pat on the head. Welcome to Ollivanders, makers of fine wands since 382 BC. Every Hogwarts student needs a wand for Professor Flitwick's class. You'll need one too. Unlike many purchases here at Ollivanders, the wizard does not choose the wand chooses the wizard. And no two wands are alike. Let's see if we can't find a match, shall we? Oh yes, maple and phoenix feather, 7 inches, quite whippy. Wonderful wand, but not a match. Ah, yes, pliable mahogany, 11 inches. Excellent for transfiguration. No, this wand is not for you. Oh, beechwood and dragon heartstring, 9 inches, very flexible. Wonderful wand. Now, away with you. There's much to do. You might belong in Gryffindor, where dwell the brave at heart. Their daring nerve and chivalry set Gryffindors apart. You might belong in Hufflepuff, where they are just and loyal. Those patient Hufflepuffs are true and unafraid of toil. Or yet in wise old Ravenclaw, if you've a ready mind, where those of wit and learning will always find their kind. Or perhaps in Slytherin, you'll make your real friends. Those cunning folk use any means to achieve their ends. Welcome to the guided tour of Hogwarts, home of wizards and witches in training. Use your arrow keys to look ahead, left and right as you take in the sights. You may wish to pause here and there at stopping points to take a closer look, but do try to keep up with me. Our first stop is the Gryffindor House Common Room. You may remember when Percy led Harry, Ron and Hermione here for the first time the day they arrived at Hogwarts. On the right is where Hermione placed Neville under a full body bind when he tried to stop her, Ron and Harry from sneaking out after curfew and risking Gryffindor house points. Poor fellow. Notice the Gryffindor wizard portraits on your left. On the right is where Harry and Ron sat beside the fireplace during the Christmas holidays, and Harry received his sweater from Mrs. Weasley. Often Gryffindors study here, with plenty of potions homework from Professor Snape. Here too, Harry and Ron often play wizard chess. Without that skill, they would never have found the stone. In front of you on the left are more places for Gryffindors to relax, study and socialize. At day's end, Gryffindors observe curfew by retiring to their dormitories, conveniently located up the staircase on your right. At least that's what they're supposed to do. Let's take a look, shall we? Follow along. Do try to stay with me and watch your step. It's up these stairs that you will find both the boys' and girls' dormitories of Gryffindor House. Let's see if anyone is around. Oh, did you hear that? Could be Harry sneaking down the stairs wearing his invisibility cloak. Well, the Gryffindor boys don't seem to be here right now. This is where first years Seamus, Neville, Ron and Harry turn in for the night. Or at least for a while. Remember when Harry snuck out with his invisibility cloak and found the mirror of Erised? Now don't you get any ideas from that. Here's Harry's bed. Next to it, you will see his belongings. And over on the right are his wizard robes and scarf. In the back there is the window where Harry sat thoughtfully with his new friend, Hedwig. This is where Harry's best friend Ron sleeps. And, oh, there is a Gryffindor lurking about. So sorry to disturb your afternoon cheese, Scabbers. You will remember that Ron snuck out at night his share of times too, with prodding by Harry. Of course, Filch would gladly recommend detention in the Forbidden Forest as a reward for sneaking around after hours, as he did for Ron, Harry, Hermione, and Draco. Keep that in mind if you stray off. Welcome to the Great Hall. You can imagine how Harry must have felt arriving at Hogwarts when he first saw the floating candles and enchanted ceiling. To your left and right, notice those creatures lining the room. On your right is the table where Gryffindors sit. To their right is Ravenclaw's table. To your left are the Hufflepuff and Slytherin tables. I see they've adorned the hall for Christmas. Lovely, isn't it? Well, no one's around, so let's go up to where the teachers sit. Now you're seeing the same view as Professors Dumbledore, McGonagall, Snape, and Quirrell. What a marvelous Christmas tree. Professor Flitwick levitated the ornaments to the top of the tree with his famous swish and flick. It can take many years to sit in Dumbledore's chair, and I personally don't have several hundred years to spare. There are so many memorable moments here in the Great Hall. Harry, Ron, and Hermione being sorted into Gryffindor. The owl that brought Neville his Remembrall. The time Seamus blew up his water trying to turn it to rum. And the momentous day that Gryffindor took the House Cup. Well, it's here that our tour of Hogwarts comes to a conclusion. The stone shall be found. Look at your choices, and the right one shall be shaped like a full moon. Did this fall on the ground? Ugh, it's dirt. Vomit. Wicked. Yuck. Vomit. It's time to see what you have learned. Select the proper ingredients to make each of the 3 potions to follow, then mix to see if you're correct. But do be careful. Very, very careful. Create the sleeping potion known as the Draught of Living Death by mixing 2 of these ingredients. Which 2 ingredients are also known as aconite? Whoops! You'll be better in no time. So you've decided to visit the 3rd floor corridor. Don't say you weren't warned. For your first trial on your journey to the stone, answer the following puzzle. Answer wrong, and you'll be gone. What will you use to get past Fluffy? The invisibility cloak? Wand? Turkey? Or flute? That was too easy. The next one won't be. You know what to do. Look for a key. The color of a sickle and the sky above. The key may be imperfect, but it will fit perfectly. Seven bottles. Some are poison. One is wine, and one will send you back. But one will help you reach the stone. You have 60 seconds to decide. Choose wisely. I see you've found the deepest, most desperate desire of your heart, the stone. Take it now and enjoy your reward. So you've decided to visit the 3rd floor corridor. Don't say you weren't warned. For your first trial on your journey, so you've decided to visit the 3rd floor corridor. Don't say you weren't warned. For your first trial on your journey to the stone, answer the... Oh, lunchtime, Fluffy! So So you've decided to visit the third floor corridor. Don't say you weren't warned. For your first trial on your Oh no, you've broken your wand. You're gone. If you want to get the stone, you'll have to sue the savage beast. Pick up the flute and play a tune, and Fluffy will close all 6 eyes. Ah, the many marvelous and mysterious ghosts of Hogwarts. Each house has its own ghost, and some are less pleasant than others. The Bloody Baron resides in Slytherin House, silver blood and all. Fat Friar, the Hufflepuff house ghost. The Grey Lady of Ravenclaw. And the resident ghost of Gryffindor.
Hello! How are you? Welcome to Gryffindor.
Nearly headless Nick.
I prefer Sir Nicholas, if you don't mind.
A victim of a botched beheading. You may ask, how can he be nearly headless?
Like this.
To know more about the golden snitch, try to catch it. Nice maneuvering, Seeker. As you know, the golden snitch is the most important ball in Quidditch. When caught by a Seeker, the team almost always wins. About the size of a walnut, this ball is so difficult to catch that some Quidditch matches can go on for ages. The record is rumored to be 3 months, with players substituting for each other so they could get some sleep. It takes a light, speedy, and inventive player to be a Seeker. One of them, Harry Potter, caught the snitch in his mouth.
Quidditch is easy enough to understand. Each team has 7 players, 3 chasers, 2 beaters, 1 keeper, and the seeker. There are 3 kinds of balls. This one's called the quaffle. Now the chasers handle the quaffle and try to put it through one of those 3 hoops. The keeper defends the hoops. Bludger. Nasty little buggers. The golden snitch. It's wicked fast and damn near impossible to see. Catch this, the game's over. With me so far?
I think so.
Welcome to Hagrid's hut, home of Rubeus Hagrid, the keeper of keys and grounds at Hogwarts, and his faithful companion, Fang. Don't touch anything, especially his crossbow on the left. On your right, you'll remember Hagrid's chair and... is that a dragon's egg warming by the fire? Be careful, it's hot. In the back there, you will see Hagrid's cot, and hanging on the door is his coat. And there's his trusty pink umbrella. You may remember Draco peering through that window just after Norbert hatched. A word to the wise. If Hagrid ever offers you a stoat sandwich, just say no. Finally, before you leave the hut, don't miss that picture of Hagrid on the cupboard. According to dragon breeding for pleasure and profit, you must keep your dragon egg in fire to simulate his mother's fiery breath. Upon hatching, feed him from a bucket of brandy mixed with chicken blood every half hour.
Bless him, look, he knows his mummy.
As your dragon grows, he or she will need lots of love. And lots of rats. And eventually, lots of room.
Ooh!
Hagrid's coat. In it, you'll find a copper kettle, a squashy package of sausages, a fire poker, teapot, chip mugs, a long quill, roll of parchment, a dirty spotted handkerchief, birthday presents, keys, slug pellets, ball of string, peppermint humbugs, tea bags, wizard money, mouldy dog biscuits, and I could go on and on. Ah, the umbrella. You'll want to remember how Hagrid used it when you visit Diagon Alley. To gain passage to extra credit, insert this disc into your PC's DVD-ROM drive.